Sega.
Okay, there we go. Now they're all up from the looks of it. Though, for whatever reason, Twitch is telling me it's offline. That doesn't necessarily seem accurate. But go ahead and load up the latest one. And let me pop out my chats so that I can have relatively easy access to them. There it is. There we go. Chats are up, although Hitbox is taking a bit longer to load up the chat, but whatever. Okay, let me see. I think I'm probably better off defending against that French army there, honestly. So I think I'll let them come to me. Let's see. I think this army might be strong enough to go and deal with fight a small battle with the Russians, so let's go and send them over there. Okay. And Holland's my ally, but they're not going to actually do anything until I actually call them into the war, which probably won't be until, well, probably never really. They're just kind of there. Want to make sure the French don't get an alliance with them. Let's see. There's a small barracks give me. Access to the non-old versions of these units, which I haven't actually researched yet anyway, so at least I don't believe I've researched them. Oh, nope, not yet, but it looks like I am researching them, so let's go ahead and get that built. And that's pretty much all my money. Let's let the Austrians do their turn. And I actually have authentic naming on, so Austria-Hungary is not going to be listed as Austria-Hungary. They're going to be listed as, I guess, what Austria-Hungary translates into Hungarian, or not Hungarian, Austrian. Didn't expect them to bring both of those armies down there, but it looks like they decided to do that anyway. And Italy has decided to declare war on Switzerland. It's not something I wanted to deal with. I was hoping I'd beat the crap out of the French, then I'd be able to get the alliance with the Italians to get the Italians to go and help out the Ottomans. But it looks like that's not the way that's going to work. I don't really feel like dealing with the Italians, but I don't think they'll really do anything to me at this point in time, so I'll join the war. Probably won't do anything. But at the very least, I can be nice enough to join them. So, Strasbourg is currently being besieged. Don't need you guys researching Marxist socialism because it doesn't really give me anything worthwhile. So how about you research self-determination instead? And since they've decided to not besiege this place, which is what I would have done if I was the AI, we'll try to quickly march on Brussels. Hopefully it's not well defended. And It's relatively decently defended. Let's try and get these guys down here into Cleves to try and defend it should it get attacked. And what am I looking at here? At least 2 artillery, some generic conscript units. Looks like they have an actual general. I don't believe I have an actual general here. No, I don't. Let's try and get one real quick. Are there any that are decent for what this army is comprised of? You know what? I'm going to go with this guy, whoever he is. Oh. Generic General. That's his name. He has no actual name. Like this guy. We'll have Ernest Heinrich Adolf von Pfeiffer go and march on... Actually, you know what? How about you march on Latvia instead? No, actually, probably better to deal with that army, because they'll probably march on over here to Koenigsberg and try and take it from me. Let's try and get a small garrison built up over there to defend it. Next turn, I'll be attacking Brussels. Shouldn't have too much of a hard time, but we'll see. Let's see. I guess I'll just go and upgrade some more stuff, probably. Well, actually, you know what? Let's recruit some units over here as well. I don't know where that army's planning to go. Because if they're not going to go over here to Strasbourg, the only place that they can reach from here without backtracking would be Stuttgart over here in Baden-Württemberg, which I don't think they would go for that without first taking Strasbourg. Yeah, and they're not marching down south, otherwise they would have gone down south initially, so they're obviously not marching on Switzerland. So I've got no idea what their plan is there. Denmark has a massive army sitting in Copenhagen. I would love for them to do something. So, Denmark, how about you join my war against... Who do I think you'd be useful against? Apparently a war with the Swedish, for whatever reason. Are the Swedish friends with anybody? Who are their friends? No, the Swedish are not friends with anybody. Okay, then. Denmark, I will declare war on Sweden if you declare war on Russia. And they say no. Fine. I don't really need your help anyway. I would have appreciated it, but it's not a necessity by any means. Let's have that army march on over into Koenigsberg, just to be on the safe side. Let's see. Don't really want to upgrade that warehouse. Or, I don't want to upgrade it to a warehouse. I'd rather have something that's more useful, but it doesn't look like I have any place I can upgrade right now. Beyond just upgrading up into these warehouses. So, I'm not going to bother with those. I'll just save up this money for now. Okay, let me see. Are the streams still fine everywhere? Looks like they are. So that's wonderful. And okay, here we go. Oh, and luckily for me, oh, it's just a opportunity to intercept, but nonetheless, no, actually, looks like I will have to deal with some garrisons inside Brussels here. But I'm fine with that. Let's go ahead, override that save, and yes, we will take this opportunity to attack. So we have Theodore Sanderman and, what is that, Rodolph Major? Which, that'll be... We'll just have to deal with them and then afterwards take out the, let's see. Okay, they're going to be in a city. That's fine. The city doesn't really provide any actual benefits to them. so I shouldn't have any serious issues. I just wish I had somewhat faster loading screens when I played these games, to be honest. And I'm probably never going to use cavalry in this mod. I just don't think it's going to be all that useful. Well, it's not true. I will use cavalry. Except that cavalry would have to be, interesting. Why am I in the city? They're the ones attacking me from outside. Or, technically speaking, they should be in the city. I should be outside. I wasn't even besieging them or anything. I don't even own the place. But whatever, if the game wishes to place me in charge of the city, I will not complain. I'm still going to question it, but I won't really complain about it. And since these artillery has such a long range in this mod, let me see. Yeah, I'm fairly certain it goes out even beyond the map. So I could probably put them like way back here. And I shouldn't have to deal with any cavalry, so if I place them way back here, they'll be relatively safe. Oh, but I can't. Okay, I'll just leave them right there then. Grab this group of infantry. And I think we'll just sit on the defenses, let them come to us. We shouldn't have any serious issues. Okay, let's try and get these units into a reasonable formation. You guys are going to go in that building, although it's not going to do you much good. You guys, I don't know where to send you. Maybe up here around the side could work. So I'll place these two groups right over there and start the battle. Pause real quick to give specific orders for my artillery. I guess they're already attacking that group. You guys, hop in the building. The two of you, I would like for you to march along the enemy's flank. And I should make sure that all my units are set to guard mode so that they don't try and leave their position at all. Or at least they keep it to a minimum. So they're already... Okay, let's see. Did a decent amount of morale damage to these guys, and we haven't even really done any actual real damage to them beyond some morale. Oh, there's somebody way back here. Oh, some other artillery. Oh, reinforcements. Yes, I forgot. They're going to be getting reinforcements. Actually... Yeah, you continue focusing fire on their general, who just so happens to be in charge of an artillery group. We'll have our old conscripts, because they're not the latest. Granted, I can't yet build the latest anyway. We'll have them, like I said before, march along the side. Switch to canister shot. I think that's going to be more useful. I always seem to have trouble with my guys actually doing anything if they're not using canister shot. At least when it comes to dealing with infantry. But depending on the terrain, canister shot doesn't end up being as useful as I would like. That's a lot of fire. You guys can start shooting whenever the enemy enters range, just so you know. You don't have to hold back. I'm curious how much of that is actually enemy fire and how much of that is actually friendly. I'm sure a decent amount of it is actually friendly. about you guys run? You're not going to have any serious issues once you can get in close range with those guys. Are you guys firing finally? Yes, finally you guys are going to start shooting. You guys that had go in the building, how about you come up here now? Try and deal with the reinforcements. Where are you guys going? I never told you to leave the safety of, well, relative safety of that. And chances are my guys are not going to run out of ammo, because at least in this mod they carry a lot of ammo. More ammo than they really need. Okay, you guys can go back to explosive shell, because it doesn't really seem as though it doesn't really seem as though canister shell's doing you all that good. Oh, you guys need to move up a little bit more. I thought that was close enough, but I guess not. Oh, okay, one of them's already... Okay, now they're both routing. Good. I'm not going to bother telling them to hold fire, because they shouldn't, at least, run out of ammo. Oh, that was a close shot. There you go. Now you guys are actually starting to hit them, though not as accurately as I would like. I wonder if the French, or the, not French, the Belgian artillery here is actually more accurate or not. Actually, I don't think that is Belgian artillery. I think that's actually French artillery. But for whatever reason, it's being controlled by the Belgian AI rather than a French AI. And you know, it would probably be faster if I just tell you guys to melee charge this group. So, go ahead and do that. I think it's going to take you guys much longer if you just stand there shooting at them. Oh, you guys won't be hitting anything anytime soon. Here we go. Preferably, you guys would kill each and every single one of them, but I don't know if you will. Oh, and we managed to kill their general. That was quick. Much faster than I expected. Let's see. Grab these three groups and have them march over there. Although, probably running is better, because I need them over there as fast as possible. And the rest of you guys can also march along over there and run as well. why all of those guys are deciding to jump on top of the barricades that I put in front of them. It's not quite useful when you're standing on top of the thing that's meant to protect you. Okay, that group's routing. I already got the other artillery wavering. I get the feeling one of these groups probably came back. Yeah, I think these groups that are in the like around 140, 150 probably came back. Guess they didn't get enough of beating the first time around. Nope, nope. Just the artillery, and you guys can focus fire on the enemy artillery now. And I think I may want to adjust the game volume a little bit more, because it's a little loud on my end. I do wish I got better frame rates in this game, because I'm probably sitting in the teens for this. But with all the bodies on the ground here, I don't think that's much of a surprise. Okay, everybody run into position. Let's see, what are we looking at? 4 more? Oh. Those guys are back yet again. Not for much longer, though. And let me see. Is it still fine everywhere? YouTube's telling me to check resolution. Fairly certain I'm at the right resolution, YouTube. Fairly certain of that. Let's see. Okay, so YouTube's telling me to check resolution because I'm streaming at a higher bit rate than their recommended resolution, or the recommended bit rate, which is kind of silly. When will they learn? The Belgians do not wish to give up, just yet. But it'd be in their best interest if they want to get far. And you guys can stop firing now, you're just gonna hit friendlies anyway. And the rest of you guys, let's continue my age-old strategy that never fails in Total War, because the AI is honestly kind of lackluster at times. Although I think this mod, well, I wouldn't say the mod improved it, but the AI definitely seems just slightly more competent than it was in Empire. But I've never actually played the base Napoleon Total War, so not sure what it's like there. But I think it might also be because I was kind of rushing into this war originally. Are they going to charge me? That was a bad idea. Yeah, that was a terrible idea. What were they thinking? And it looks like... Yep, there we go. I'm just going to end the battle. I'm not going to chase them down to the last man, woman, and child. I've got no reason to. Let's see. Yeah, well, since all of these... Well, none of them seem to be giving me any issues regarding the stream. I think it's safe to say the settings I have this set to be able to stream to YouTube, Twitch, and Hitbox all at the same time is working more or less okay. Though, maybe look into the bitrate just so that YouTube doesn't bug me about it. I guess I can call it... Oh, the Dutch are here to help. But they're going to take Brussels for themselves. Really? I never gave them permission to take it. Nor did I call them into the war, so I'm kind of surprised that they've decided to intervene. Let's see. Trade agreement with Spain? Oh, Spain's already at war with the UK. I probably should have just said to try and get an alliance with them. I don't know how strong their navy actually is. Looks like the French really want Strasbourg. And that's probably going to be a battle that would probably crash my computer. And goodbye, Switzerland. Honestly, I should have just ignored Switzerland. That would have been better for me, because now I'm going to have to deal with the Italians down here being pissed at me. And I'm not going to have any help. Let's see. Austria-Hungary, do you want to help me deal with the Italians? I'll give you some tech. Give you women in the workplace, press censorship. Here, I'll just actually give you a lot of my tech. Is that enough for you to declare war on Italy? Oh, yes, thank you. Thank you, Austria-Hungary. I'm not expecting you to do anything, though. And in fact, that may eventually turn around to bite me in the ass. We'll see. Because I get the feeling that massive army that, for whatever reason, Italy had built up and stationed in Milan, which I'd known about for quite a while, they've decided that before that they wanted Switzerland, so they get to have Switzerland. And I don't like you taking Belgium from me, Netherlands. I'll let you have it, because I have no real reason to declare war on you, and I'd rather not in this situation. But I don't agree with you taking it. But I will. What are my objectives to control exactly? I need to control Paris, London, Moscow, and Engria, which would be where exactly? Got no idea. Oh, Petrograd. Okay. So I need to control 2 Russian territories. I can do that, I suppose. This army, since they've got the time, well, I don't know what it's like down here in Reims. I'm gonna go ahead and march on Reims. Well, Reims is relatively weak in terms of defenses. However, of course, have a massive army right outside their gate that is willing to support them. An army that I would rather not fight at this exact moment in time. And even if I demand their surrender, it's unlikely that they will accept my demands. So I'm not going to bother with that. Netherlands, I still do not appreciate you taking Belgium from me. And you, Ernest Heinrich Adolf, you are going to march down here and take that industrial town from the Russians. Let's continue building up East Prussia. Let me check my tech. 3 turns until next thing is research. Build a village there. Take the army out of Warsaw and march them up here to meet up with his army. And I've got no money now. You know what? I am actually going to go ahead and take Picardy. But let's go ahead and make a save. And a lot of those saves there are old ones from well, not really a long time ago, but they're old ones. Let's lower the effects volume a little bit, so it's not nearly as loud on my end. Well, let's see. We're looking at a 50-50 for success, according to the game at least. That probably has to do with the enemy reinforcements consisting almost entirely of artillery. Well, not almost entirely, but they don't have any real infantry of note beyond these 2 Fusiliers. Hopefully I will have a decent position to defend, because I don't see this ending well. So once the screenshot here of the map loads, I'll be able to try and determine roughly where I should go. Okay, well in theory I should be the blue up here, but last time, for whatever reason, it put me down in the city, even though the city was listed as where the attacker should have been starting, but I wasn't necessarily the attacker in that case. Or at least I wouldn't describe myself as the attacker in that case. Let's see. No hill. I would have preferred a hill. And we're like right next to each other. A little too close for comfort, but I can deal with it. Let's take our artillery, move them out back, take our general, put him behind the artillery, and start grabbing our infantry. And one of these artillery, oh, damn, okay, those guys are down to 100 people. Yeah, probably shouldn't have actually fought this battle now that I look at my numbers. I'm sure I will regret this decision, but I will live with it. And like last time, we are going to minimize going on the offensive, because I don't think that's going to be the most useful. I don't think it's going to be as useful. Let me look at the terrain here a little bit. You guys won't be able to shoot until they come over that hill. Well, you'll be able to shoot before them, but you won't hit them. And there's their general. Just a generic armed citizen group for now. Gonna have to deal with that artillery, which should come from back there. But we'll see. And artillery also has infinite ammo, which is a wonderful thing for me. Because it means I never have to worry about not having enough rounds. And one of my guys just tried to blow up some random person's house. And now we've got the enemy artillery starting to come in here, so let's try, once the game lets me, have one of my artillery groups start firing in their general direction. And remember to put all my conscripts into guard mode, because I don't need them charging towards the enemy to continue firing on them. What is the accuracy of these artillery? 45. I'm not sure what the highest accuracy is in this mod for artillery, but I get the feeling 45 is not it. Are you actually firing on them? Because I can't tell. It seems like you are, or at least you should be. But maybe you're not because buildings are in the way or something. And it looks like we lost sight of that army group, or that group, somewhere in this area. And we managed to kill their general with a lucky shot. Okay then. Have more of these, my artillery start firing off in that direction. And I guess I can have my infantry start folding in on the city. So let's go ahead and line them up. I'll let them walk. No rush. Yeah, okay, you know what? I'm going to tell all the artillery to fire on one person. That way they're hopefully more likely to... Oh, wow. Wow, okay, that guy was already almost dead. I know there was another group here of armed citizens. I'm not sure where they went. They just kind of disappeared after a while. Oh, what's this? Oh, their general has decided he's back to fight. Although he's dead, but his troops have decided they wish to continue fighting at least. Which is fine, I suppose. Let's try canister shot. See if maybe they'll do more with that. Okay, and it looks like all three streams are still functioning fine. Canister shot is actually surprisingly useful when it works. I think it actually has less accuracy, realistically speaking, than explosive shot, but it has a wider area of effect, I guess. It's especially useful at dealing with infantry. Although it's also decent at cavalry, I would say. But the cavalry, generally speaking, has to be standing still, otherwise it won't do anything. The enemy's making a bad tactical decision by keeping all their units sort of stuck in this little corner over here. They really should move them. No, we just blew up one of their cannons. Why are my guys not yet able to fire on that infantry? There we go, now they can. Not gonna have them do it though, at least not right now. Let's go and grab my infantry. Are you guys almost ready? Yes, you are. Okay. Well, let's just go ahead. Oh, we're being fired at from a building. No, we're being fired at by units that are currently hidden. Although I can deal with that once I actually move my units. Hopefully, one of them will be able to see these units. And actually, you know what? Let me group my artillery so I can more easily access them all. Have we done any damage to the...
Sir, our general is under attack.
Oh, I guess they're firing on my artillery now, so they're hitting my general. Should probably move them. Let's move them up into this corner over here. Where is a safe spot? There you go. That should be relatively safe, way out in that corner. Don't need them dying on me. Armed citizens are so easy to deal with. And there's actually two kinds of them. One that has ranged weapons, and another one that has melee. But I think they have the exact same name for both. Okay, back to explosive shell, because it doesn't look like canister's doing you guys any good anymore. Let's see. Nostrils Groupie, I'm actually streaming both on Twitch, Hitbox, and YouTube, so... While nobody was really watching on Twitch, I had a couple people that were watching over on YouTube. Let's continue closing in the gap. I don't think they have anyone else in the city, actually, so let's take these three groups over here and have them start marching off towards... What? No, no, yeah, it's the Germans versus the French. There were just some French citizens that decided they wanted to fight me off, which didn't end well for them. Oof. Artillery is so inaccurate. Oh, wait, nope. They do have some people still in the city. Okay, well, it's a good thing I have this other group over here. It's gonna suck to be those guys. Fast forward for a little bit because currently my units are just marching into... Oh, crap, did I... Okay, oof, good, I didn't do that. For a second there, I thought I accidentally told my units to... or that big group to go and actually march somewhere where I didn't really need them to march to. Okay, change formation because I don't want you guys walking past the enemy getting shot in the back while you do that. And I get the feeling Quantico is doing more of their training because my house keeps shaking. Okay, come on, grab these guys. There we go. And, actually, you know what? Probably not a good idea to grab all of you guys. I'll just grab 4 of you. And have you march off over to there. Actually, no, by the time you get there, they'll probably already have passed that point, so go there instead. The rest of you guys are going to go and secure these buildings. So that if anybody happens to still be within the city, which I clearly see somebody, they will have a difficult time getting out. You two can go right over here. I know, Cameron. I know. You don't like that Quantico is doing their training or whatever, and so the house keeps shaking and you hear boom. Okay, you guys need to run.
We have taken a building, sir.
And that's exactly what I needed you to do. You guys can stop right there, you know. Because that, yeah. How are you guys going to? You're going to that building. You guys run off to that building.
We have taken a building, sir.
Grab these 3. Realign those formations over there. Wish my artillery was doing more. Oh, actually, they've done a decent job of knocking out some of their artillery units. They're down to a total of 4 guns, 2 in each of the 2 groups remaining. You guys continue marching forward. And when I say marching, I mean running.
We have taken a building, sir.
Oh, somebody's back there thinking of coming back. Aha, you are. Don't know why you're planning to come back. It's not going to end well for you. Continue moving these guys up, and I'm actually going to tell my artillery to stop shooting because they're probably just going to kill my own units at this point. Okay, those guys decided to turn back around after seeing fairly sizable group marching towards them. You guys continue running. No need to wait. All the enemy really has left is artillery. And, well, a couple of infantry groups. Which I think they still have some infantry reinforcements, but I'll get them boxed into a corner. They won't be going anywhere anytime soon. Let's return to normal speed. Their artillery is still firing on something of mine, and I'm not sure what. Guess they're firing on the infantry getting close to them. But I don't actually see any of their explosions. Oh, now I see them. Let's see, the two of you can hopefully box them into a bit more of a corner. If I can actually line you up properly. I want you guys to march over here. Don't fire, because I want you to serve as reinforcements to replace any of these groups that have to get out of town. And you guys should probably run. Oh, okay, you guys stop, turn back around, change your location just a little bit so that you're not right next to the enemies that are going to be shooting you. Get a little bit more distance between yourselves. The French run quickly once you get them stuck in a corner. Though I imagine pretty much anybody would run quickly once you get them stuck in a corner, with really nowhere to go but back. I think some of them are throwing grenades. That or they're firing their artillery danger close. Which, that's probably more likely. Come on, turn around, just leave, French, you're not gonna live. I'm gonna kill as many of you as I possibly can. Because, oh, what are you guys, why are you guys going there? They apparently decided their original location was no longer any good. Do they have any more infantry coming in? One group. Not sure if they have any more behind that. Okay. Most of them are running away. Get the last of the artillery. Almost. They're wavering. Oh, now they're just shaken. They're not wavering anymore. Come on. Run, Frenchies, run! There we go. Okay, you guys can continue shooting once this group is finally able to be fired on. And they've got another group right behind them. It's not going to end well for them either. Because they're just going to get fired on right away. So I guess we can just fast forward to the rest of this battle because it's kind of obvious how it's going to end. And I guarantee you if I had auto-resolved this, I would have lost my entire army. This is why you don't auto-resolve many battles in Total War. Because you'll somehow manage to lose ones that you should still win. If you play it smart. And I gotta not keep my camera still for too long, otherwise I'm gonna drop down to like single-digit FPS because of the way it works. I wish I could take their artillery. Although that's not the artillery that they normally used against me, I believe. But if that's the artillery they want to use right now, that's fine. I won't stop them. And they still have more groups. Sooner or later they'll leave. sooner or later. I just wish that it would be great if the game actually had a mechanic to allow them to decide, don't call in any more reinforcements, they're just going to lose them. Is this the last one? Looks like it might be. There we go. Close victory. I don't know. I think it kind of depends on your idea of what close means. Because personally, I would not describe that as a close victory. We'll just peacefully occupy it. There's no reason to pillage it or loot it or whatever. And you guys all need to heal up, which is going to take a while because I can't really do anything about the artillery. Because that place has only 2 building slots, and I cannot build what's required for artillery. I don't see this battle for Strasbourg ending well for me. Let me see. Okay, streaming for about an hour it looks like, more or less. I don't know. I think I'll probably go and do this battle over here, and then I may go ahead and just end the stream early. Well, I guess not early. I said I was probably only going to stream for about an hour, maybe 2. I just really don't want to fight the battle for Strasbourg, because that is not going to end well for me. I know it. Let's go and end turn, because I can't really do anything else. Oh. What happened to the Dutch army that was sieging Brussels? Did they leave, or did I just not see them? It looks like they left. Which, kind of surprised by. You want me to join your war against Greece. Why? I get nothing out of it other than just some destroyer technology that I could pretty easily research myself anyway. Although, I'm already at war with basically everybody else anyway, so... Sure, I'll join. It's not really going to hurt me any. Nope, and they've decided to take that army and have them all march into Lithuania and just sit there and defend. And Romania has been destroyed. I think a second time. I don't remember, though. You need to go and meet up with that army. I think you guys should probably meet up over there. I think that seems like a reasonable spot to set up shop. You guys march into Cleves. Let's see. Yeah. I need to go and get myself something to speed up. Oh, well. I could tear down this to build... I think I could tear it down. Well, I know I can tear it down, but I don't know if tearing it down would actually be any good for me. Whatever. I'll leave it. I wonder how well defended Paris is. Do I have anybody that I can spare? I do. You guys. You go check out Paris for me, please. Paris is very well defended. We are not going to be attacking it for a while. I can either abandon Reims, which I suppose is an option. I don't think it's the best option, but it is an option nonetheless. Let's go and get this army in Berlin some more troops. And I think I'll have them go on march and take Brussels. Also, did the Netherlands make a peace agreement or something with them? Nope, they're still at war with Belgium. So, I'm not sure what the deal is there. Let's see, how long is that? 2 turns, huh? Municipal administration. And that's pretty much all my money. You don't get a whole lot of money in this mod. But since everything seems to be going fine with the streams, I think it's safe to say that I can probably stream Tom Clancy's End War tomorrow without any issues. Or at least minimal issues if I do have any. Ah, yes, I forgot I was building some more troops in East Prussia. Because even if I take Lithuania, the Russians can still march through Latvia to attack East Prussia, so it's not exactly safe. You go ahead and hop back in the city. It says slow replenishment rate, but it seems to be going by fairly quickly. Let's get a small barracks built here so that I can recruit some more infantry. Would it be possible for me to make a peace agreement with Belgium? I'm just curious. And it would. Okay, well, that kicks Belgium out of the war for now, at least. Let's get a trade agreement. We can be friends, can't we? And yeah, because I don't need Brussels, I think. And if I do, I can just take it later. Yeah, I don't need Brussels. It's not a requirement to win this campaign, so I can just go ahead. I've taken what I need to be able to start dealing with the French. Well, partially start dealing with the French. As soon as I can deal with this issue over here in Strasbourg, I can go ahead and... Oh, God. That is not going to be a fun battle, I'm telling you. Let's see, actually, roughly how many units are we looking at over here for the Russians? Let's see, 5 militia, 3, 6, 8 actual units. Let's see, 3, 6, 9, 12, 13. So I have, what, like one more than them, in theory. I think I could actually probably deal with that over there. Let's go ahead and make a save. It's been a little while since I've made one of these actual saves. And we're going to go and fight to take Lithuania, which, according to the game, we should be able to take without any serious issues. Let's see. Sergei Kamensky is going to be our enemy. He is of the same rank as our general here. Well, the city has no defenses anyway, so that doesn't really matter. Let's go ahead and make a save to the battle. And honestly, I could probably auto-resolve this and win. I'm looking at like maybe a 10% chance of losing, but I don't think anyone's here to watch me auto-resolve battles. Okay, General. Let me get my headphones out of my way so I can actually access my keyboard more easily. Okay, General, let's have you stand back here. Yeah, these armies have... They do not have the same kinds of artillery throughout them, because they got them from completely different cities. Some cities start out with 10.5 centimeter artilleries. Others start out with... If I can get those guys out of the way. Some start out with 7.7s. And it takes a little bit of research to be able to build the 10.7s. Well, a little bit of research and some upgrades. Damn it. Get those guys into guard mode. And start the battle. Pause real quick so I can try and issue some real orders to these guys. Oh yes, I forgot, they didn't have any artillery, so I won't have to worry about that. You guys just focus fire on... You try to take out their general if possible. That would be wonderful. And as per usual, we'll let them march towards us. Yeah, you're not going to do anything to their general. He's far too quick. So we're just going to change the plans, deal with the infantry. So we've got our Russian enemies here, wearing their green uniforms. Looks like one of them is led by a man with a white beard. They've got an old person leading that regiment. That or he just dyed his hair white for whatever reason, which I doubt anyway. How effective are you guys actually being against these guys? Because I get the feeling it's not much. Try canister shot for a little bit. In theory, it should do well here. Oh yeah, it seemed to do a decent job there. And let's fast forward a little bit to speed up letting them march towards us. Which it looks like they've decided to stop, or at least some of them. And it looks like our canister shots aren't proving nearly as effective as they, realistically speaking, I think should be. If you ignore the inaccuracy of pretty much any of these artillery guns. And those guys are going to get wiped out fairly quickly. Kind of surprised that they're willing to fight for as long as they were. I mean, they basically went from like 400 all the way down to, what is this, 150 in a very short amount of time. It would be great if one of my canister shots got a lucky hit on their general, but I don't see that happening, so let's switch back to explosive. And have them start firing at somebody else. Somebody's trying to go into the tree line over there for whatever reason. Not sure why. Looks like they're gonna actually fight to the last person, which is interesting. I wonder if it's set up that way for the Russians, to where no matter what happens, they'll pretty much fight until the last person there. Because they're down to 7 people in that regiment. So, yeah. Guess that's the way that's gonna work. Gonna have to pretty much kill each and every single one of them. Otherwise, they're just gonna keep on fighting. Which wasn't the case for the Belgians, or the Belgians. The French, about the same as the Belgians, I think. They ran a little bit faster. Let me go ahead and reassign targets because... Oh, wow, somebody got some hits on the general's bodyguard. And that shot surprisingly did not seem to do any real damage. Come on, kill the general. If you kill the general, they're all gonna rout, like, right away, I think. No, I don't want the general routing. I want him dead. Oh, you guys are gonna let him get away, aren't you? Everybody, fire on him. Yep, looks like their general's gonna get away. And the armed citizens aren't gonna make it very far. Yep. General's gonna survive to fight another day. So everybody, turn to fire on that group. Somebody's in the forest over here. Not making it far, but they're trying. Let's see, where is that group that I told you guys to start firing on? The ones that had like 80 some odd people in it. There it is. You guys seem to have a hard time hitting anything that are in trees, it looks like. So, if that holds true for most of the units, or most of the artillery, I think I could see myself making use of that in the future. There we go. Where's the other group? There they are. I think that's the last one. Oh, lost sight of them. There they are. Looks like they're not quite sure what to do. My artillery doesn't seem to be doing much to them. Other than breaking their morale, but it's not really killing them. Going to end that battle, a heroic victory. I would say that's, I guess, partially accurate. Promotions. Yep, there were some promotions handed out. We have taken Lithuania. We're going to peacefully occupy it. again, no real reason to destroy it. Upgrade that village, slap a city council there. Let's pull up our government, check our policies, and interestingly enough, the recently conquered territories are happier than the territories I've held throughout pretty much the entire game. Or, well, yeah, I've held since the beginning. I'm gonna need another army to march on Latvia, so that's what this army's going to end up becoming, I think. Is they're gonna end up marching on Latvia. Let's see, what am I looking at? I need... Oh, really? Oh, unaffordable. Okay, I was wondering, like, why am I not able to build any more of the 7.7 centimeter guns? And it was because I ran out of money for them. Just fine. Not too surprised by that. I'm gonna have to fight Strasbourg, but I'd rather not fight that right now, because that's gonna be a long battle. So, what I'm going to do is end the stream here for now. But we will be returning to this. I think I might end up sort of live streaming to a degree this series. So maybe next week. Probably, I don't know. Can't really get a specific date, but maybe Wednesday, Thursday. Pretty much the same as I did this week. So yeah, I'll probably stream this again either Wednesday or Thursday of next week. Probably about the same time I started streaming this today. And I will go ahead. Let me see. Yeah. That's probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the stream here for now. And next week we will pick it up from where we left off. And when I stream it next week, we will be, or well, hopefully next week, we will go ahead and fight the battle to hold on to Strasbourg, Alsace-Lorraine, which, again, I don't really feel like fighting it today because it's going to be a fairly long battle because I've got 2 full stack French armies right at my gateway. I don't see it ending well for me right now. So I'd rather take a little bit of time and not sort of rush into it and only have like maybe 30 minutes to actually fight it, which I don't see that battle ending in 30 minutes. It'll probably take the full hour or something that I have set for battles potentially. Depending, we'll see. But for now, this is going to be the end of the stream. For those of you guys that watched it while I was streaming, I hope you enjoyed it. And for those of you guys that are going to be watching it after it has gone up post stream, again, I hope you enjoy it. And hopefully you'll be able to catch it the next time I stream it. But until then, which like I said, is probably going to be Wednesday, Thursday of next week. Yeah, have fun.